Travellers are nomadic people with deep roots in Irish history. In the 20th century, the Irish government viewed their nomadic way of life as a problem. The 1963 Commission on Itinerancy report recommended housing travellers as a means of assimilation into the general population.
So the government policy of assimilation in the 1960s has really worked here in Monaghan, in the sense that a lot of travellers within the county now are assimilated into the general population, hide their identity, and in many cases are afraid to express that identity.
The assimilation of travellers has contributed to another set of issues centred on mental health, employment and accommodation.
With this programme that they're making, we're hoping that we'll get the help for depression, suicidal and accommodation, because they are the outlines of travellers' lives changed completely. As in the last 15 years, life changed completely in my life. When I think back of the good times of my oldest children and the happy times when we would laugh and eat a bit of food and happiness, and to see how life has changed with the younger children, they don't know that. It's not that I haven't taught them it, it's all gone from that. It was hard to teach it from it when you're in the house, because they're in the room and the TVs, and life's just completely changed before my eyes. Life has changed, they're all grown up now, but the younger ones that hasn't got the travel life, I don't even think they know very little of a travel life, because they try to fit in with the settled children, and they say, oh mommy, we don't want to live the travel life, we won't be wanted, because they knew the older ones wasn't wanted. And when they live that traveller life and they try to get in with the settled life, they still aren't accepted, because at the end of the day they're changing their ways to be accepted as onto a game or a book, and they don't understand the books and they feel left out. They come home, then they get fed up and they go into the room and they don't want to talk about it. Sometimes when I talk about my children's education to my children, I say, well, I'll talk to the teacher, talk about it. When I go and try to sort it out, I'll be up against the children and the teachers, as if I was taking sides.
I suppose travellers in general would be a very cautious community, in that I suppose our experience, you know, from authoritarian services delivered by the state has brought us to a place where we are quite nervous of services, you know. And I suppose it's only in the last number of years that we've seen with work like organisations like ourselves that we start to build up a relationship where that you can ask questions.
So when the council is giving them a home, it's not about just putting them in a home and that's it. It's about, in that home, it's a complete different life to the side of the road. It's a complete different life to living in a caravan. I know I said times changes, times moved on, but the poverty is still out there for half the travellers. It hasn't changed for them. They might have a house and they might be able to keep their bills paid, and they might be fed up in the house and no one to talk to. And they think, because they're in that house, that's them. They don't go out there and they don't mix with other community because they're in houses. Life has changed a big time for travellers.
What's wrong? You know, you're living in a hut, we're living in a site, like it's a travel community site. It doesn't look like a travel community site, do you know what I mean? Why? Because it's settled, it's very settled. You know, it's you know, you can't get in and out stuff which you want, you can't bring in anything, you know, like even down to the gate down there, like if you buy get a box or a big box, you can't get it in and out, you know. Cameras, it's full of cameras. What's the reason for it? You know? I have to go to school, I have to do this, because I don't see no other way out of it. If you want a job, if you want to live. You know? Our culture years ago, no, that didn't ever happen. They were, you know, give the horse, that's what their living was. Then the dad, mum, then maybe do what they have to do to provide for the family.
There is one active traveller halting site in County Monaghan. It is located on the outskirts of Monaghan town at Gordykeegan Park and is home to around 30 people. In recent years, Monaghan County Council's annual traveller household count has shown around 175 households. This figure should give a higher number of individual travellers than the Census 2016 number of 271 individuals. It seems many travellers in County Monaghan do not wish to identify as travellers.
Monaghan Integrated Development has worked with travellers over the years. In 2018 we commenced work on site in Gordykeegan.
When we came here, we noticed that travellers were not coming together in any sort of group, and there was major social, economic issues facing many of the families here in County Monaghan. So one of the first pieces of work that we done here in 2018 was establish a breakfast club at the halting site here at Gortakeegan Park. 55% of travellers in County Monaghan are under the age of 25, compared to 34% of the general population. So there's a huge number of young travellers within the county that need help and support in terms of education and other areas of their life. We have now successfully re-established the Traveller Interagency Group in County Monaghan, with up to 20 agencies actively participating within the group. They have arranged a number of activities, including trips to Emerald Park for traveller families, trip to goat carting in Newry, and successfully implemented a family fun day here at the halting site in Gortakeegan, where over 150 travellers from throughout County Monaghan attended. Programmes such as SICAP play a key role in supporting the travelling community in County Monaghan. It has afforded them the opportunity to get together, find out what the gaps and needs are, and to make meaningful steps to try to address these. If SICAP wants us to succeed, it's going to take funding, patience and trust.
Look, Monaghan is Monaghan, innit? You know, it's tough enough for travellers, to be honest with you. You know, even I'm not saying through the council, I'm not saying through people who lives here. It's a tough enough area. So it is. But look, we never had much problems in it. We didn't give much problems to the people in it. Do you know what I mean? So that's the way it was. We just kept ourselves to ourselves, like.
Maybe something good will come to County Monaghan for the travellers, and we're hoping so, that it'll come and that we can mix in with the settled community to give the skills that they have, the trained skills for the depression, suicidal and accommodation, and to make them all a happy environment. If we're accepted for who we are and accept our culture and give everyone a chance, I think the world will be a better place.
The hope would be that Cavan Traveller Movement and Monaghan Integrated Development Company will work together collaboratively to support the emergence of Monaghan Traveller Movement. And the Monaghan Traveller Movement will have its own workers, and hopefully based out of that centre over there or in other parts of the county. And hopefully that there will be a traveller primary healthcare running out of that. There should be a traveller specific accommodation worker running out of that, and there should be an education worker running out of that. And the reality is that there is so many supports and services that there are gaps emerging in, that Monaghan Traveller Movement should be the first focus in terms of developing services. It should be the first protocol in terms of engaging with the community.
It was hard and it was tough, I won't lie, being a traveller, and it's still hard being a traveller. And I hope from the travelling community here and the development of the travelling community development, that life gets better and we'll be able to point out to the travellers needs help.
The SICAP programme is supporting County Monaghan travellers to help find their voice. In 2022-23, SICAP has established a traveller integrated group, held events to promote pride in traveller culture, established Monaghan Traveller Movement, a county-wide traveller group, commenced training courses on site at Gortakeegan.